What's up? Today we're going to be talking about Daytona weekend. It was a good weekend to start off the season, so let's talk about it. First off, let's start with the truck series. It was a interesting race. I feel like we didn't really see the big one. We saw some decent sized wrecks, don't get me wrong, but I feel like for the most part they kept it pretty clean all night. I'm gonna start with the finish. Parker Kligerman. We think he wins the race. Yes, Parker Kligerman. But then disqualified. I think the car was like too low or something. I don't remember. But Parker Kligerman gets disqualified and Corey Heim wins the race. I actually predicted that right. So yeah, I'll take that. But anyways, Corey Heim gets the win. I'll pop up the finishing results, like the top 15 right here. Jason White for Rayum Brothers Racing. Is it racing or motorsports? I think it's racing. But an 8th place finish. Frankie Muniz finishes 10th. Two Rayum Brothers racing car trucks in the top 10. Timmy Hill finished 11th. Norm Benning finished 16th. I don't think I was able to fit him on here. I don't know, we'll see. But Norm Bennings has a pretty good finish as well. It's a pretty, quite a few names up there in that top 10 that we don't usually see. But let's talk about turn 4 for a second. Turn 4, especially in the truck race, trucks were getting so loose out of turn 4. It happened with Caden Honeycutt, Tony Breidinger, and Clay Greenfield. I think all 3 of them in turn 4 got loose and ended up crashing. But anyways, Gio Ruggiero, he did pretty good. He was up there his first truck start, running in like the top 5, leading actually at one point. I think he finished like 2nd or 3rd. Still a great debut for Gio. So that was my truck series thoughts. Don't want to spend too much time on them. I'll throw up, here's the standings real quick. I'll give you a couple seconds to see the standings. Corey Heim, I believe, is leading the standings. It's race 1. We can't really talk about the points yet. I'd say we gotta give him at least like 8 races till we can really start talking about the points. But they did add a truck race this year, so we got 1 extra truck race this year. That will be interesting. But now let's go ahead and get into the Xfinity series. Let's start with the overall race. I'd say it was a very solid race. The Xfinity series, I believe, has the best racing out of all 3 series. It was lap 5. There's a wreck. That was unfortunate. Having guys already out of the race 5 laps into it. You don't like to see that, but the Haas factory team, I want to talk about them first. Sheldon Creed and Sam Mayer, they were running up front all day. Sheldon Creed was controlling the race for a little bit. He was leading. He led quite a few laps. But at the end, Sam Mayer finished 2nd. Sheldon Creed finished 3rd. The 2 of their cars finished in the top 3 in their first race. That is, in my opinion, outstanding. It couldn't have gone any better. Only way it could have gone better is with the win. But other than that, a 2nd and a 3rd place finish in your first race with the Haas factory team, that is impressive. I want to talk about Harrison Burton real quick, then we're going to get into RCR. But Harrison Burton, he finished 6th. It surprised me a little bit, I'm not going to lie. In my playoff predictions video, I did not have them making the playoffs. It's just 1 race, but he might be changing my opinion about his playoff chances. But for now, let's talk about RCR, and let's wait on that Harrison Burton thought. Austin Hill, as usual, was dominating the super speedway race. He won both of the stages, I believe. If it wasn't for the issues and having to go back to the garage and pretty much ending his day, I think Austin Hill might have won, 4 Daytona spring races in a row. What? That is unheard of. But Austin Hill's teammate, Jesse Love, He went out. He just fit right into the slot, I guess. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Austin Hill's out of there. He just replaced him. He started dominating as soon as Austin Hill went out. And RCR domination at the super speedways again. And another RCR victory at Daytona. It's happening quite often now. And just the super speedways in general. Jesse Love is in the playoffs. He wins at Daytona. I'm excited to see what Jesse Love can do this year. He looked pretty impressive to me. He wasn't necessarily dominating, especially in the first half, but that second half flipped the script. He was up there. He was controlling the race that second half of the event. But let's see. Sheldon Creed is the points leader at the end of the first race. Excuse me. And also, let's give a little shout out to Dean Thompson. He is, I don't remember where he finished, but he is third in the standings right now. That's pretty impressive. But let's not get too excited, too ahead of ourselves. Because Dean Thompson, if you know about Dean Thompson, you know what to expect. But he might, who knows, he might flip it around and be pretty good this year. All right, let's talk about the Cup Series. First off, let's just say William Byron, right place, right time. William Byron wins at Daytona 2 years in a row. Daytona 500, that is impressive. I don't care how he won it. The fact that he did win 2 in a row, you gotta give him that. That was pretty impressive. But that last lap, Cole Custer causing the big one. I think I saw that his spotter was like looking at the wrong car or something. I don't know what happened. But anyways, William Byron snuck through, went on to win the race. And someone else that snuck through and finished third is Jimmy Johnson. Are you kidding me? That might be the last time Jimmy Johnson ever finishes in the top 3 in a NASCAR race. I don't care how, again, just like Byron, I don't care how he did it. The fact that Jimmy Johnson finished third is impressive. But I want to talk about Legacy Motor Club real quick. Jimmy Johnson technically is sitting at like 7th or 8th or 9th in the points. I don't remember which one. But Legacy Motor Club, the 3 cars are 7th, 8th, and 9th in the points. That's pretty impressive for the first race. You got to give them that. 3 cars in the top 10 in points. It's just one race, but you got to give it to him. Here's the finishing results. Tyler Reddick finishes second again. Tyler Reddick, I feel like, finished second more times than not, especially with the big events. Like, I think he finished second at the Brickyard last year. Now he's finishing second at Daytona. One of these days, he's going to come through and win a Crown Jewel race, I got to believe. But the points leader is Ryan Blaney. Even though Blaney was caught up in a wreck, he still managed to repair, the team managed to repair that car, getting back there out on track and get a nice finish to then get them the points lead. I don't remember exactly where Blaney finished. I think it was 8th. I do not remember. Y'all can see, I didn't look at the finishing results. I just have a few written down, the important results that I was going to talk about. I don't have them all written down. So you can see right here where Blaney finished. I think it's 8th, but I'm not for sure. But anyways, the 19 of Chase Briscoe, that is what we're going to talk about for the next couple of seconds, maybe a minute or so. Chase Briscoe, he was so fast in qualifying. Now we know why. Illegal adjustment, illegal messing with the spoiler. What was it? Was it the spoiler? I don't remember now. I'll have to pop up right here. I'm sorry. My mind blanked. I don't think I even remember if it was a spoiler or not. Whatever it was, we know why. He got the pole. Illegal. Adjusting parts that are not allowed to be adjusted. So Chase Briscoe finished 4th. He goes from 4th to dead last. No, I take that back. I think he still gets credited with that 4th place finish. I could be wrong. I should have looked at all this. I apologize. Y'all can see the results though. But Chase Briscoe goes from 33 points to negative 67 points. I have more points than Chase Briscoe right now. You have more points than Chase Briscoe right now. We all have 0 points. Chase Briscoe has negative 67. Everyone in the whole world has more points than Chase Briscoe. But anyways, Chase Briscoe, unfortunate, he had another L2 penalty a couple years ago at Stewart-Haas. Now it's Joe Gibbs Racing. Can't even get through one race. L2 penalty. He's in a deep hole now. We'll see if he can climb up, get out of that deep hole, win a couple races, and get into the playoffs. I think it was also, he lost 10 playoff points. So he could win 2 races and still have 0 playoff points. That's unfortunate, but we'll have to see what happens. I want to also say real quick about NASCAR Fantasy. It didn't go too good for me to start off. I got 110 points. I guess that's not too bad, but I had some guys like Christopher Bell. I picked him. Ryan Preece. We know what happened with Christopher Bell and Ryan Preece. Yeah, that happened. That flip with Ryan Preece, he flipped again at Daytona. It happened once. Okay, it was a violent flip, but it happened again. It wasn't as violent this time, but still the fact that he flipped again. I wonder if NASCAR's going to look into these frequent flips. I don't think they're going to do anything about it yet. If a flip happens at like Atlanta or something, I think they're going to look into it. Like this upcoming weekend at Atlanta, if a car goes over, NASCAR 100% will change something about the cars and how they're flipping really easily. But yeah, then I did have Chase Briscoe, but then I swapped him for the garage with Chris Buescher. I guess that worked out good. I don't know. Chase Briscoe did score 1 more point than Chris Buescher, which I flopped. But I don't know if the points got taken away from Chase Briscoe, so I'll take the Chris Buescher pick. Then I had like Kyle Busch and I think Kyle Larson, which Kyle Larson finished in he got like 17 points or something. Kyle Busch got wrecked out and he got single-digit points, unfortunately. But then the head-to-head matchup that gets you 10 plus bonus points, there's 4 of those. I got all of them right. I predicted the right driver to finish ahead of the other all 4 times. That was an additional 40 points, which helped out a lot. But we'll have to see how Atlanta goes. And also the 36 for 36, like you pick one driver each weekend, you can only pick him once for each weekend, all 36 drivers. And just basically he gets that amount of points for the weekend for every weekend. So let's say if you picked Chris Buescher for Daytona, he gets 32 points. You get 32 points for that weekend, but you can never use Chris Buescher again for the whole season. And then let's say you pick Cody Ware for Atlanta. He wrecks, gets 4 points. You only get 4 points. Hope y'all can understand that if you don't understand what it is. But I picked Ty Dillon, and honestly, he got 23 points. I will take that for Ty Dillon. Tell me right now, how many races do you think Ty Dillon can score 23 points out of? Nah, not many. Maybe the super speedways, but other than that, there's not many opportunities Ty Dillon's going to score 23 points. So I will take that. I got 23 points out of Ty Dillon. I will take that. But going into Atlanta, I'm picking Austin Cindric. Hopefully he can get me some points. But anyways, excuse me. Going into Atlanta, I'm going to make my race predictions. The Truck Series race, I'm going to pick Kyle Busch. I think Kyle Busch will win 2 in a row at Atlanta for the Truck Series. Excuse me again. And I don't really have much to say about the Truck Series other than I believe Kyle Busch is going to win again. For the Xfinity Series, I think Austin Hill is going to have a little bit of a bounce back. Should have probably won at Daytona, but I think he'll get it done at Atlanta. So Kyle Busch at Truck Series, Austin Hill Xfinity Series. And for the Cup Series race, that's pretty interesting. Why not? I'll go with Austin Cindric. He was up in the front running. I don't know what I'm saying. I don't know if that's wrong now. He was running up in the front all day at Daytona, is what I'm trying to say. So I think he can do the same in Atlanta. And this time he's not going to get wrecked on the last lap, but he's going to win. So Austin Cindric, Austin Hill, and Kyle Busch. I just noticed I picked 2 Austins. There's so many Austins. Austin Cindric, Austin Hill, Austin Dillon. I don't think I even realized there's that many Austins. But anyways, I think that's gonna be the end of today's video. Cody Ware and someone else got penalties also, Daytona. They got penalized. It was Todd Gilliland and Cody Ware got penalized 10 points. I'll pop it up. I don't remember. I apologize. But they got penalized. They lost 10 points. Nowhere near comparison of Chase Briscoe losing 100 points. But yeah, I think that's about all from Daytona. It was unfortunate that the race got rained out and you had to wait another like 4 or 5 hours, and it was already almost dark. Sun was already pretty much set by the time they got racing again. It's like a few years here in a row that the race has been affected due to rain, which sucks, but maybe one of these days we'll get a normal Daytona 500 race. I think last year we did 2024, but I don't remember actually. Maybe one day we'll get a nice afternoon to early evening finish. I feel like we haven't had a Daytona 500 where it's been like 2 or 3 o'clock they're racing. I feel like it's all been at like 5 o'clock or something, but anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. I don't think I missed anything, at least that was important. But Atlanta, we are already going in to Atlanta, 1 race down, 25 to go in the regular season for the Cup Series. And also today with the NASCAR 25, the Dev Diary thing. They released, I'll throw a picture or something of it. Y'all can go watch that. I'll leave a link in the description for that video. I want y'all to watch that and see that. I think NASCAR 25, the game, it's not going to be the best game in the world, but I think it's going to be a very solid, a very good game, especially since we haven't had one in a few years. I'm excited for NASCAR 25. You best believe I'm making career mode, all kinds of videos on that. It comes out in the fall, so we still got about 6 or so months until that comes out. Hey, it's gonna go by really fast, I promise y'all. But that's the end for today's video. I am excited for the season. I hope you guys enjoyed. I think I'm about to go react to the races actually, so I'm gonna make this video, gonna react to those races. We might even be going live to react to those races, so you better make sure you're watching out for me going live reacting to the races. But that is all for today. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope some of y'all were able to catch this live. Usually we don't get that many people live, but I will be doing this more often, going live and reacting to the races live. Then I will go from that live, kind of edit it and upload a single video on it. But I hope you guys enjoyed. First race recap, weekend recap. I kind of like making it all one video instead of like Truck Series video, Xfinity Series video, Cup video. Let's just make it all one big video. But I hope you guys enjoyed. I've said that like 20 times. I'm excited for the season. I hope you guys can have a good one. And until next time, have a good one.